Welcome back to At Titi's House podcast. First, let me say that I got to talk about this. Oh my goodness. So, welcome back, everybody. You know where to find us. YouTube at Titi's House podcast, on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and I'm missing something. Apple Podcasts. Okay, so y'all know where to find us. Let me just say this, because I said I was going to talk about this today. So, you know, I've been gone. So I went out of town for a little vacation, a couple, just some time off, went on vacation, come back. So while I was on vacation, right, I told you me and my friend, we don't follow each other on social media, but on my thing, on my Facebook page, his picture comes up saying that he posted something new.
Yeah.
So I said, let me just see what he posted. I told him, he said, this is going to be good conversation for your podcast. You damn right it is. So I look at the picture and I'm like, all right, he all right looking. Like, you okay? Man, when I tell you the comments on that damn.
Had mad comments.
Boy, I was like, is this what women are doing? Is this what we do, ladies? I mean, the comments on there, he put something on there like, have a nice day. I'm going to go wash my boat or something. Man, them women was on there thirst trapping. Talking about, can I come wash your boat? I wash boats. He fine. So I've been bothering him when I seen him, because the first time seeing him was yesterday. So I was like, I said, oh, Mr. Fine 2024. Mr. Hey, good looking, what you got cooking? Like, I just been messing with him, because I was like, when I tell you, I have never, and I'm going to say this, I have never been in a man's DM. Not like he posts something, because I feel like men can be thirsty too. You post something to get a reaction. Because I was like, did you post that for a reaction? Because my God.
I feel like we post everything for a reaction.
Everyone in general?
Yeah, everything
you think so?
If we wouldn't post if it wasn't for a reaction. If we wasn't looking for people to comment and stuff, we just keep the pictures in our phone.
That's so true. I never thought about it that way. I guess you're right. But nah, not that those kind of react. I feel like I post stuff and you get reaction from women and men. You know what I'm saying? But this was no man commented.
We can't help who comments on it. We just posted it. Like.
It was nothing but women. And I was like, yo, he sent me a screenshot. Let me say.
They need their
Because he shares a little bit, but then I'd be like, I don't know if you want to share. That's enough sharing. Because this might make me mad after a while. Because he's an attractive guy. I ain't going to lie. He's attractive. You know what I'm saying? But a woman reached out to him with like, no disrespect, but how old are you? So he says his age. Something wrong? This is him. Something wrong? I told him, I said, you don't need to be commenting, period. But he was like, something wrong? Nah, I was just asking because you're handsome. He said, thank you, sweetheart. No problem. Nothing is wrong. Do you have a girlfriend or wife? He said, I am seeing someone. Okay, well, I apologize for being in your inbox. Have a good day. What? I was like, is this what we're... I don't know nobody that does stuff like this, being a man DMs.
I mean, these are probably older women, so they're probably taking a lot more shots than they used to when ain't nobody shooting on their basket.
Yeah, she might be a little older. I don't care. I'm older too, and I ain't in nobody damn DMs talking about, hey, boy, that six-pack look like I can lick off of it. You fine. Like, I was just cracking up because I'm like, I was reading the comments because I was curious as hell as to what are y'all talking about. So I was joking with him, like, how many views did you get on that picture that you posted? Like, he started laughing, so I'm like, yo, these women out here thirsty. They in your inbox.
I mean, these are people that follow him from his business, though, most likely, right? Or is this a separate page from his business page?
This is separate from his business, personal.
Okay. That's what I was just going to ask, like, because it's probably more... I was just thinking, women would be getting their locks changed more often.
Oh, I'm sure that there's women. I mean, he gets hit on all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I was telling him, I was like, okay, you cute and everything, but you ain't all that.
Oh, you was hating?
I was hating. But I was just like, dang, is this what women are doing, though? I just don't, I have never been in a man's inbox to say anything like that. Like,
Word.
nah.
No, even
Because I feel like men approach women, and I feel like, I think he did a great job with, like, saying, I'm seeing somebody, thank you, I appreciate that. But I was like, let me see some other ones. Because she wasn't that cute.
Let me see the fine ones.
Let me see what you're saying to the fine ones. He was like, oh my God. Because I just be messing with him. But I'm like, yo, is this what women are doing? I just don't see. I could never see myself doing that, hitting a man up on his DMs talking about, you want to go have coffee? Are you seeing somebody?
I mean, it's an equal world.
But I told him, I said, a lot of that could be really shut down if you posted your status. Because I had a guy tell me that I was lying to the public because I don't have a status posted. And I was like, what? That's not true. That is not true. I was like, I just like to keep my personal life personal.
It doesn't matter.
And he said the same thing. He don't really post like that. So when he does, he was like, I only posted have a nice day. It's amazing day outside. And out of that, I got all these women in my inboxes. I was like, but it was just so funny because.
That's fire.
What? What's fire?
All the women in the inbox. You can't be mad. Like.
I guess. I mean, he all right looking. I was just like, I didn't think you was fine, Mr. Fine 2024 though.
That's hilarious.
When I seen him, I was like, oh, there he is, Mr. Handsome 2024. Because I was just laughing about it. But anyway, I thought it was cute. And I thought it would be a good little topic. Ladies, how many of y'all out here? Let's post it. I want to do a survey. How many are y'all going into a man's DMs because he's good looking and shooting your shot? I gotta know. Is anybody out there shooting their shot? I don't think I'm that bold. Although I think I'm a little bold, but I don't know if I'm that bold.
Yeah.
To be on there like, hey.
I mean, in the dating apps, this is women that message me first all the time.
Huh? Say that again?
Like, matching with somebody in the dating app, sometimes women respond, like, message me before I message them.
Oh, yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You're on a dating app, though. You're on Facebook. Like, come on. You don't know if somebody's in a relationship. I mean, it was respectful for her to ask. You know what I'm saying? Saying he fine or whatever. I was like, please don't let that stuff go to your head. You just okay. You're just okay. So anyway, I thought that was funny. So he was like, that'd make a good topic on your podcast. I said, yeah, because I want to know how many women are really out here shooting a shot in 2024. I mean, a man posts something. Are you on there talking about, hey, handsome, in his DMs, like, what's up? Are you single? You know what I'm saying? I want to know. I really, really want to know. So anyway, I want to talk about today on another note. Did you see about, before I get into my topic here, remember the mother that left the little baby girl home, 18 months old, and she died? She went to Puerto Rico.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
She got a life sentence.
As she should have. She should have got a double life sentence.
Ohio. She left that baby in there. It shows her leaving, coming back a couple of days later, and then leaving again. And then you are with a man in Puerto Rico on vacation while your daughter is why would you think you can leave her 18 months at home? She died of starvation.
Yeah.
And dehydration.
That's crazy. So
you left her there by herself. That is so crazy to me. I don't even know. Does she have mental illness?
She might. I mean, they about to leave her in the jail by herself. She about to die of starvation and dehydration.
My God. Like, I was just really shocked that if she got a life sentence, I figured she would get a real hefty sentence, but my God. To be honest, I thought that was just like, I mean, they threw the book at her. As they should, like you said.
I think
but
she deserved it.
Yeah, she got a life sentence for leaving her daughter at home while she went on vacation. Why you didn't take your daughter on vacation? It's so many. I hate when they post stories because I want to know the answers to a lot of stuff that I can't get answers to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Crazy. So, did you watch the Love is Blind reunion?
I didn't finish it. I watched like half of it.
Oh my God. That means we still can't talk about it then.
Yeah, we could talk about it though. What you thought about it?
I thought it was pretty good. I like that, I like that AD said she went on a date with Superman, with Matthew.
Matthew. I don't remember who Matthew was.
Matthew was the guy that lied to her in the pods. He was rapping to the other two girls.
Okay.
So that I like that the fact that she did go out on a date with him after the fact.
Yeah,
but she
how'd
was
it
just
go?
like, it didn't turn into anything.
Okay,
she
so
went on
her-
a couple dates though. She said with him.
Oh, okay.
And then of course, the guy with the mullet. What was his name? Trevor.
Travis.
Travis or Trevor? One of those.
One
two.
of those.
I think it was Trevor with the mullet. That he had a girlfriend the whole time he went on the
I
show.
seen
Did you hear
that part. Yeah,
Oh
he
my
said right
gosh.
before he went on the show, and
That
then when he
he-
came back, he said he was gonna marry her or whatever.
Yeah, because he said that when he went in there, he said that the relationship was a little toxic or whatever. And he felt like he was, this was his chance to go on here and maybe find a wife. And they were like, would you have told the girl that he was talking to, I forget her name, because she was supposed to marry Jimmy. And they didn't get married. What was her name? Chelsea. What he had told Chelsea, and he said, yeah, he would have told her. I don't think so.
No, that's funny.
That is so crazy.
Yeah.
Did you think that people weren't going to find out?
I guess he was thinking that. I mean, he trying to get some clout. He don't care.
Yeah, that's what they said. That you come on the show just for
For
I
some-
guess for recognition.
Yeah,
or,
get your name bigger, and then you could charge people more for whatever you do.
That's true.
Just because you was on TV.
Yeah, so they talked about that too. Like Trevor lied. Dang, Trevor. I like Trevor.
I did too, but I thought he should have been with Chelsea.
I thought so too. Instead of Jimmy.
Yeah.
I didn't like Jimmy for her. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought Jimmy was gonna end up with the other girl.
The other shorty, yeah.
Yeah, I did think he was gonna end up with her, and he didn't. So.
Yeah, but I was happy to see that. What's the other? It was another dude who he left his shorty and then he started dating.
Oh,
the one.
Sarah Ann.
Sarah Ann, yeah. I'm happy.
I think it's Jeremy.
Jeremy and Sarah Ann. Yeah, I thought that they should have been together.
You did? And you think he made the wrong choice with the other girl?
Yeah, exactly.
I think she was just too aggressive for him. What do you think?
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, I think she was just too much. Like some men can't handle all that rah 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 all the time. You gotta be. And I see him as a beta male. I don't see him as an alpha male. He very like he would step back when she would say stuff. And,
Yeah, we don't want
like,
no
dude,
drama.
you ain't really no man if you can't handle that girl. He wasn't the right fit. I don't know what what they say in the pod that makes them think. I don't think it's enough time, really, if you ask me.
Yeah, I don't
to
think so
really
either.
get to know somebody and figure out whether or not you want to be with that person or not. I think you need, like you said, 2 weeks is not enough time. Yeah, I get that, but stop sleeping with people.
Yeah, I think back in the day though, people was getting married quick like that, right? Like,
Well, those are arranged marriages, yeah.
nah, even like I done heard stories. People been like, I met this. We got married after a month, and we've been
Oh,
together
yeah, I
for
heard
50
people-
years and stuff like that.
I've heard people. Oh, excuse me, y'all. I've heard people say that too. That they've gotten married after a couple weeks or a couple months of knowing somebody. I think that when there's chemistry, it's just chemistry, and it's unbeatable chemistry. You know what I'm saying? There's no way to really fight that.
Yeah.
When you have a love connection with somebody, some people just have, a love connection. You know what I'm saying? So, but today I wanted to talk about intimacy and relationships.
Okay.
So, and by intimacy, intimacy is not just sex to me. I think it's more, although a big part of it can be sex, but I don't think it is all sex when it comes. It's not just sexual relationships. But I think that, a lot of couples have it. I don't know if it's like early on, maybe throughout. They say you have a 7-year itch, and throughout the course of your marriage, at the 7th year, you have issues, and it could be issues related to health problems. Intimacy can be, related to maybe one of you have a health problem, you can't have sex or be intimate. It could be stress in the relationship. Maybe the person is stressed about work and they can't perform. It could be lack of communication in couples. There's so many factors that can contribute to a person have a relationship or two people having issues, in the bedroom. What do you think about that?
Yeah, the amount of time they spend together. Like you said, work could take them apart from each other, which makes them feel not as connected. And I definitely feel that.
Yeah, because you're not talking to each other like you normally would if you're around each other all day. I think another thing is trust. Sometimes when the trust is broken, whichever part could be on the female or the male side, I think that it's hard to make another connection because you just don't trust that person. So you really don't want to be intimate. Some people start, when you break trust, my God, people start hating you. There's no trust. There's no sex. There's no communication. There's no, you know what I'm saying? There's no common ground. Y'all don't agree on nothing. Infidelity, someone being unfaithful in the relationship could be another one. If somebody's unfaithful, you might not desire them anymore after they've been unfaithful. You know what I'm saying? Just like when Love is Blind, when Sarah Ann and Jeremy were talking, and they thought the other girl thought they had sex.
Yeah,
I
because he
forget the
took
other
her
girl's
home.
name. Yeah, because he took her home or whatever.
Lauren.
She said Lauren. She said, but they just talked. But see, that right there, that was the cutoff for them. You notice, like when that happened, Lauren was gone. It was over.
I think he was also gone when that happened. He realized that he had a better connection with Sarah Ann that in that one night.
Yeah, but still, like you was planning on marrying this girl. You was saying all these good things to her, and then you go out here and be with Sarah Ann, and then you decide that you don't want to be with Lauren.
Yeah.
Come on.
You ain't never heard that Gucci Mane song when he like, tell that girl what she wanna hear. I don't know. That's it. I grew up on that, and I just always. I'm not gonna say I lie, but I know what a woman wants to hear, and I'm gonna tell it to her.
Who was I talking to today? And we was talking about that. A man is gonna tell you what you want to hear.
Tell you exactly what you want to hear.
Oh, it was actually on my TikTok because I posted one of the videos about Love is Blind. And one of the girls commented, I said, a man gonna tell you what you want to hear to get in your drawers every time. And the thing is with Love is Blind is that they're going to these little remote locations and they're filming, and you're only with this person, and you're spending a lot of person with this person and with like people.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? They're having sex. Okay, you're an adult. Ain't nobody telling you can't have sex, but the thing is that you don't even know this person. You don't even know what values and morals they stand for. None of that stuff. And you're just adding a body to your account for no reason. Like, that don't make no sense to me, but that's just me. So stress, I said stress, right? Changes in life too. Like if your partner, say you lose your job. Or your wife, like for me, I mean, I'm going through premenopause. Like, that's a lot for somebody to deal with. I'm hot, I'm cold, I'm hot, I'm cold. I'm moody sometimes. I try not to be moody, but it just happens. Like, it's a lot of changes that a woman's body has to go through when she's like between the ages of 40, maybe 45 and 55. A lot of changes. And if a person is with you, your mate is with you, and they don't understand those changes, and all they think about is having sex, and you feel like you can't be intimate because you're going through all these changes. Your body is going through several changes. Like, I don't think that's fair. I feel like some men don't understand the difficulty it is for a woman when she's going through menopause. It's a lot. It is a lot to deal with.
I mean, it is called men on pause. So you're not worried about men while you're going through that?
You're not, but if you men pause.
Yeah, like men on pause.
Men on pause. I like that. That's funny. It should be men on pause. But it's crazy because to be honest, most partners do not understand it. Like, what do you mean you're hot? What do you mean you're cold? I have the fan on. The fan is off. The heat is on. The heat is off. It's like your body goes through a lot. And not only that, even body, like how you feel about yourself, because as you're going through menopause, you might get belly fat where you didn't have it before. You know, it's just difficult to be intimate with your partner when you're mentally going through something like that. Yeah. And I think that for couples, if you're going through this type of change of life, you should be going through counseling so that a counselor can be your intermediary to help you work through the problems. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot that happens. And also changes of life for men. Men have prostate problems where they can't, erectile dysfunction. It's at a certain age, I hate to say it, but that's what happens. changes of life. Men going through erectile dysfunction, women with menopause, like that's, and if both of y'all, you gotta love somebody.
Yeah.
I always say, I don't want to be with somebody just for sex or because attractiveness or anything like that. I want to be with you because you are my person and that we have fun together, we laugh together, that kind of stuff. Because at the end of the day, what's going to be more important is your friendship with your partner. If you don't have a friendship that's based on love, they ain't going to be able to deal with stuff like this. I've heard couples break up because they've had intimacy issues because the husband has erectile dysfunction. I've heard couples, women that are not even married, and be like, "Man, I can't do it no more. I can't do it." Like it's an issue. It's an issue for all, married. You're dating somebody with these issues. You have. It makes you feel like you're less than. A man will feel like he's less than, and so can a woman. Right?
No, 100%.
Is there anything like the younger couple, like your age group, that people go through?
I went through not erectile dysfunction, but performance anxiety just from not, that's what they call it, performance anxiety.
Oh, wow.
Just from too much stress, not getting enough sleep. And then you say you have that one time you don't please your partner, and then it's stuck in your head every time that you're going. You know what I mean? So I've definitely had that experience
Performance
before.
dysfunction.
Performance anxiety.
Performance anxiety. Oh,
Yeah.
I've heard of that. I've heard a guy say that.
Because every game you're not going to score 100 points. Some
Right.
games you going
Absolutely.
you
And that's
injured,
on the
you're on the
man's
bench.
side and the woman's
Yeah,
side.
exactly.
I think, first of all, let me just say this. I know this young guy. He told me that. He said that he wanted to get with this woman so bad
And
that when he finally got the opportunity to be with her, he could not perform.
Exactly. The anxiety. Because I'm trying to make her fall in love tonight.
Right.
Trust
Oh
me.
my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
That is so funny because that's what he said. He was like, oh my God, I just wanted to put it down, make her fall in love. And he was like, I get my first opportunity with her and I fail.
Yep, it happens to the best
And
of us.
she never gave me another chance after that.
But they gotta be understanding in order to know.
I feel like, you have to know how to communicate with your partner. I think a lot of men are not open to receiving criticism when it comes to the bedroom.
Yeah, but it's different when it's like this is his first time trying to link with Shorty, and then
he failed.
she don't want to hear nothing he got to
Epic
say.
fail.
Yeah, she don't want to hear nothing after that.
Right, exactly.
And then now every time that for the next 10 years, every time he about to have sex for the first time with somebody, he gonna think about that.
Man,
that's where the anxiety comes from. Yeah.
The performance anxiety.
Yeah,
I have never thought about that.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, what do younger couples go through
it's
as
similar.
far as the same thing then, performance anxiety? I feel like, like I said, I think a lot of times men are not open to having conversations with their partners about intimacy issues. Because I feel like some men, I ain't gonna say all, but I'm gonna say some of y'all out here watching these pornos and y'all can't perform like these men in these pornos.
It's because they be on all type of drugs and they be like, you can't compare yourself to that. Like
you cannot. You are not Wesley Pipes.
Yeah, you are not Wesley Pipes.
Like you can, you are not Wesley Pipes.
Why do
like
you know
can,
about Wesley Pipes?
Okay, I'm not gonna say that's my business. I'm gonna keep that to myself. But anyway, you are not him. So stop it.
Yeah, stop.
Out here, I think that men have to understand too that intimacy can be an issue too when you're two people, right? And if one person doesn't understand what the other person likes and this person doesn't understand what this person likes, it's going to be a conflict. You cannot, as a man, expect a woman to do just what you want to do. You have to be and vice versa. I'm speaking from a woman's perspective though. Men, you cannot be out here just satisfying yourself and not satisfying your mate. That is not cool. Like at the end of the day, that's not cool. And if you're not having conversations with your woman about whether or not the intimacy is good in the bedroom, then you have a problem and you are in denial. You know what I'm saying? That's denial.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be open to having conversations about what each other expects and what you like.
Yeah, because every person is different too. You can't.
Every
just do some
person
stuff
is different.
You did on somebody else.
Just because you was over there with homegirl and you was beating the brakes off of it, the next woman you with might want more love than sex.
Exactly.
I think there's a difference when somebody loves you, the way they look at you, the way that they, caress you, the way that you're with them in the bedroom is different when you love somebody. When it's just a sex thing, there's no intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You're just doing it for pleasure. That's really the bottom line. You're just doing it for pleasure. And neither one of you, you're not, somebody's not going to be satisfied.
Yeah.
And it's sad because I feel like men don't want to have the conversations. They're difficult conversations, but if you love somebody, you'll have that conversation. Why not? It's not fair. I don't know. I feel like it breaks the emotional connection. You should never want to be with somebody just because the sex is good. What else do you share in common with that person? Sex is not going to be forever. That's why when I see all these older couples on Instagram that have been together 60, 70 years, I'd be so amazed because I'm like, it has to be so much love and effort and communication and listening to your partner to be able to last that long.
And swinger parties.
And swinger parties. I don't know about that. I guess you'd be going to trapeze then.
Yeah, look.
That's what it's trapeze here, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Look.
In Baltimore, they got another one. What's the name of the one in Baltimore? I can't remember.
Yeah. You got to explore.
It's nothing wrong. But listen, don't expect to bring a third party in the bedroom when you ain't performing with your partner. Don't embarrass her like that, or him, him or her. Like, don't ask a woman for a threesome. I feel like don't come ask me for a threesome if you can't satisfy me. That's embarrassing. I don't even want to embarrass myself like that. Do what you're supposed to do in the bedroom with me, and then maybe we can explore the opportunity to bring someone else in the bedroom.
But maybe he's not satisfying you because he's not exploring his kinks, and he's just not in being satified. He's not satisfying himself because he kind of like,
reserved because he's with you and you're reserved?
Yeah, maybe he's like, I want a golden shower. I want to do this. Maybe he's into a bunch of weird stuff.
Well, then tell that to your mate. That's what I'm saying, lack of communication.
Yeah, communication.
Communicate with your mate and say, hey, pee on me.
Yeah.
If that's what you want. You want to be pissed on? Somebody will pee on you. No problem. Like, you have to explore. Like, I understand. Like, there's some people freakier than other people. But I feel like if you are a freaky person, you can bring the freak out in somebody else. You just have to put the work in. And you can't, I don't know. There's a lot of people that are afraid to kind of explore. I don't see anything wrong with that as long as you're both communicating and agreeing and setting boundaries. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Set the boundaries, agree. But don't think you're going to be over here and you're going to get another partner in the bedroom and you ain't performing. You need to be up to par too, because that's embarrassing. I'm sorry. You're not going to embarrass me. Get yourself together.
For real.
Oh my God. And seek therapy. At the end of the day, you don't have to be married to go through therapy. If you are with someone in a relationship and y'all love each other and you are really trying to make things work, sometimes, it's just that you need somebody else from the outside to hear you. You know what I'm saying? And really, a lot of times therapists don't really give you advice. They just listen. And then they just paraphrase it back to you. And then you kind of just, okay, well, now I understand what I'm doing wrong. There's definitely, you don't have to be married to go through counseling. But if you are with somebody and you see a future with them, the best thing is to go to counseling. In the event that maybe the next step is, being married. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, a person that doesn't feel fulfilled, whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, is not going to stay. You know what I'm saying? They could care about you and love you, but then just be like, I love this person and I care about them, but it's not going to work because they're just not on my level.
Yeah.
As far as what I'm looking for and what I want. people could be, I think I said they could be afraid
Yeah, be
to kind of
afraid.
explore and, that kind of stuff. But you have to, if you are in a relationship that you want to stay in, then you definitely have to have the conversation. You can't have fear of the conversation. I think a lot of men, when a woman says, hey, you're not satisfying me, or this could be better.
It hit their ego.
Huh?
It hits their
Oh
ego.
my God. Why is that?
I mean, yeah, it hit their ego for sure.
Why though? What is ego got anything? Take your
Yeah.
ego out of the equation and just understand that a woman is coming to you to have the conversation because she's being felt left out, or that you're not taking her feelings into consideration. That has nothing to do with your ego.
Yeah, I've never had that convo, because I usually, even in the beginning stages, I ask a woman, what she like. I already come in with them questions about
Right.
like, what are you into? What do you like? And even, some people don't talk during sex. I'm gonna talk the whole time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people don't. It's fun. It's so crazy because when you first get with this is the part that makes me upset. You get with somebody and they're so busy trying to put it down that they are not themselves.
They are not.
Let's just be honest. Okay, I'm gonna be 100% honest. They are not being themselves. They are trying to be this Superman in the bedroom and acting like you game and you do all this and you do all that. Then when you get with this person and then you find out this ain't even the same person that I had sex with for the first 3 months. They're a different person in the bedroom. So, like you just said, you know what I'm saying? It's like, where were you? Where's the person that I met at? Because you are not him. Why is that? You're doing this. It's like your performance anxiety. It's performance. Oh man, I want to think of a word for that. Oh Lord, not performance anxiety. On the other hand,
But like the opposite, you saying though. Like,
the opposite. Performance bullshit is what it is. You bullshitting, acting like you are all that in a bag of chips, and you ain't. Because you ain't even doing the things that you did in the beginning. It's a lot of men that when they have sex, they're for themselves. They don't care about the other person. If you love somebody, you care about that person and satisfying that person. You can't leave your woman out here unsatisfied because she will go out here and cheat on you. And I'm just telling you from a woman's perspective. She'll cheat on you. You can't do that. You gotta have that difficult conversation, especially when you're not the same person. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times too, when you're dating somebody, size matters. And I'm not talking about personal part size. I'm talking about the person that you're with. If that person's bigger than you, you're smaller. You have to be gentle. You can't just be out here like you in Wesley Pipes and you ain't him. Stop. You gotta come on. You gotta do things right. Do things, that are gonna make you both comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't come into a relationship showing me who you really are not.
So you don't think women be lying? Or
Oh, I think women do too. Act like they freakier than they are.
Yeah, that just even like the faking orgasm thing is something, just because they don't know how to communicate and they don't know how to tell their partner.
It's a lot of women out here faking orgasms.
Yeah, I hear about
and talking through it, sex like, oh yes, this is great.
Yeah,
oh
and
yes,
it's like-
it's good. Oh yes.
So
And
now he big-headed.
No.
Now that's why his ego is hurt, because he's like, dang, I've been putting it down my whole life, like because he's been being lied to, like there's no telling, like.
Do you think women lie that much though?
Yeah, it's so many women who fake orgasms.
Oh my God.
It's probably very rare to find a man who's faked
It's
orgasm.
funny because my partner and I were watching this movie yesterday called 3
3.
on a Tubi. It's a
Okay,
Tubi
yeah,
movie.
I definitely ain't seen it.
It's a Tubi movie because
Yeah.
I love Tubi. But yeah, it was 3. It was about a threesome. And the wife told the husband that the girl gave her a bigger orgasm that she's ever had, the biggest orgasm she's ever had, even with being with him. So women, why are we lying about this stuff?
That's what I'm saying.
Like you can't, if you're not sexually fulfilled in your relationship, where is it going?
I feel like they be scared that they're gonna mess up the whatever, like the house situation. They're like, man, he is paying for all this stuff.
Nah,
And
you can't pay my bills. And you can't put it down. Oh my God. It's like you gotta, man, it's hard for people, you know.
Yeah. So I think all across the board, people are awkward and don't know how to communicate about sex.
I think just people don't know how to communicate. And when you're communicating with the person
that you love,
creating
you don't
the
want to hurt
problem,
their
and
feelings.
you don't want to hurt their feelings. Like, I don't want to hurt your feelings. I want you to understand where I'm coming from, and I want us to be on the same page, because in order to have great sex with somebody, you have to have great chemistry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like some people experience the great chemistry, but it doesn't transfer over to great sex, because both parties, man and woman, have to be on the same page. You know what I'm saying? As to being able to say, I like this, I don't like that. There's books available too. Those Kama Sutra books. They will help you get on the right path to having great sex with your husband or with your partner. Like, don't be afraid to buy and explore.
Yeah.
I think men are more opposed to exploring than women. Because women will bring toys in the bedroom. Some men are like, nah, I don't want none of that in the bedroom. But why not?
They don't know that that's gonna help them. It make their job easier. I'm like, yeah, bring in all the toys. Yeah, what? Less work for me.
You got a whole bag of toys.
Yeah, bring them.
She come and throw them on the table, and you like, damn,
yeah, we're
okay.
gonna use all of those.
Right. But I don't understand it, because some men are not open to toys in the bedroom. They don't want them in there. Why? Why would you not? If you're not going to do everything that in your power to make sure your woman is satisfied, then bring in the toys. That'll at least make the situation better.
Exactly.
Why are you opposed to that? You know what I'm saying?
The ego.
You know, people put up walls and be like, oh, no, I'm not going to do that. That's something I'm not going to do. Men, you cannot expect for a woman to go downtown if you're not going downtown. I've had a lot of women say this, that their men expect them to perform fellatio and they don't want to do it, or they've refused to do it, or you refuse to have foreplay. You cannot expect a woman to be ready for you if you're not having
Gotta
foreplay.
do foreplay, yeah.
There's a lot of men out here that do not do foreplay. Like, why are you not having foreplay with your woman? That's important to get her there.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't just jump on top of somebody and be like, okay, she's open. Like, she's not receiving what you're
ready
giving.
yet.
She's not ready. She's not receiving because you are not doing your job. And it's a woman's job too to, you know, for y'all to play around or mess around a little bit first. Can't just jump into stuff. Some men will be like, I'm not going to change who I am. This is who I am, and I'm not changing. And if that's the case, that's not the person for you. Because if a man can't explore to make you happy, ladies, in a relationship where you're not feeling sexually equally yoked with them, he ain't the man for you. There's a man out here that's going to do all the tricks and tips that you need him to do. Okay? So you have to address the issues with your partner as they come. Don't postpone having the conversations about intimacy. I think that what happens is that you get with somebody and it's so new and you're trying to get to know that person, not just sexually. You're trying to get them on, you know, learn their character traits, how they are as a person, to see if there's any type of chemistry between you two. And I think that, like I said, that transfers into the bedroom. But a lot of times, you know, in the beginning, you should be having bedroom conversations about sex before you even start having sex.
Yeah, that's what I was saying too.
Right? A lot of people, you'd be surprised, a lot of people don't do that. They're not talking about sex until they actually do it.
And still not talking about it.
And still not talking about it afterwards. There are people out here, like you said, some people talk excessively in the bedroom. Some don't. Some feel like it takes away from their concentration.
Yeah, I can understand that for women. I've heard that from women.
What? That it takes away from the man's concentration?
Takes away from their concentration.
Oh, really?
Like it throws them off.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Why? Why is that?
You're trying to focus up.
focus. You don't have, I just feel like you can't, as a man or a woman, you can't expect somebody to know what you like and what you don't like until you have the conversation. Mm-hmm. You have to be open to having conversations, especially maybe not the first couple of months, but when you're starting to get to know that person and you know that it may be leading into the bedroom, you need to be having those conversations. Just conversations about, how many sexual partners you've had, when was the last time you had one. Like, those should be conversations that lead to you going into the bedroom.
I don't think people ask how many partners and like that. That's not something women.
But
are
you should be
by
asking, like, when was maybe not.
Yeah, how many
partners?
crazy.
Women
how many bodies you got?
It's funny because I was talking to somebody yesterday. Yeah, and she said she stopped counting years ago.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know either. Like,
she said, well, you know what? Somebody asked me that before, and I stopped counting years ago. And I was like, does that mean you've had a lot? She said, well, I've had a few.
Yeah, I heard women are offended by that. I've never asked a woman how many.
Really? Why would you be offended by that? I think it's a good deal to know how that determines. I think women having multiple partners, I think that determines whether or not they are good in the bedroom. Right?
Mm-hmm. The more, the better for me. It don't really matter to me. I also don't ask because I really don't. It doesn't bother me if it's a lot or a little bit. It's like,
yeah. I don't think that should matter.
Yeah, I don't think it do.
Because people go off feelings sometimes, and I don't think that should matter whether or not a person has more sexual partners than you. You don't know when. First of all, when they started having sex. Some people don't have sex until later in life. Some people have it. First encounters like 13, 14 with the babysitter. Like, I've heard people say that. And I'm like, what? That is so crazy. But it depends. Some people get married early and don't have a sexual encounter with anybody their entire life but their spouse. Like, it's a lot of different factors out here. But you have to be willing, like I said, you have to be willing to put in the energy, have the conversations, make sure that you're talking about it, make sure that you're listening and communicating effectively. I think a lot of times when there's issues in romantic relationships, people don't listen. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Or if you start to, you have to, being an active listener in a relationship really opens up the opportunity to a very healthy relationship. If you're out here and you're closed off to what your partner is saying, it's not going to work for the relationship. It's not going to work. You're not going to be able to get nowhere because you're just constantly love is not sex and sex is not love. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We have to understand that. It's funny because I knew somebody, a young guy that I knew, and I told him before, like, you equate sex as love, and it's not. That's why you have so many kids, because every time you have sex with somebody you think is love, and you out here producing children based off this sexual relationship you had with somebody. That is not love. Sex is not love. I don't think there's any connection when you're just having sex with somebody. You're both trying to satisfy each other, and that's it. I mean, that's my opinion. What do you think about that? Do you think that it's possible to have a loving relationship, like from sex? What was the question I was just about to ask? God dang. Sex is not love.
Yeah, I think you was asking, is it possible to develop love just from having sex?
You can. Do you think you can?
If it's only sex and y'all not doing nothing else?
No. You have to be having conversations.
Y'all gotta have convos. Y'all gotta
So if you're just
out.
meeting up, having sex, and leaving, then you're right.
That sounds like a brothel or prostitution.
You're going in there, you're paying, you're leaving. That's it. There's no conversation. That's true. You can't develop love from that. But I do feel like if you're having, if they're listening to you, you're bonding. Because some people have sex and then they end up bonding. You have bedside conversations. You start bonding with this person, and it can eventually turn into a relationship.
That's different if y'all talking and stuff.
Yeah, I think so too, because it creates a foundation of active listening. It creates a foundation of trust, and you're understanding one another, and you're communicating with that person. So they're really opening up to you for you to get to know them. And once you get to know them, you might develop romantic feelings for them, right? Yeah. Do you think so?
No, that's possible.
I think that, listening to your partner, paying attention to what they're saying is very important. Especially in a relationship, whether it's a marriage or you're just in a, boyfriend, girlfriend relationship, fiance, whatever. If you're in an active relationship, you have to pay attention to what your partner is saying to you. Mm-hmm. You can't get upset because what they're saying to you is not what you want to hear. I feel like like I've been saying this whole time, people don't want to listen or understand what their partner is saying. When you're having the conversation, make sure that you're looking that person in the face, mm-hmm. acknowledging what they're saying, and then paraphrasing what they're saying so that they know that you understand. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because if not, I think sometimes you're just talking and people are like, okay. And they're like, all right, bye. And just walk away. And you have not captured anything that I've said or how I feel. Mm-hmm. You can't even gauge how I feel because you're not paying attention. Some people just cut off immediately as soon as you start talking about, that wasn't that great, or, mm-hmm. It could be better. They just, they don't respond appropriately.
Yeah, I think it's all on how you deliver the message too.
Oh, I think tone is very important.
So,
ladies, don't be out here yelling at your man. Or I think if you just say, hey, you got to be careful what you say. Let's just keep it that way. Because I'll try to give an example. You saying, wording. That wasn't that great. Or, saying, every time we have sex, I never get to orgasm.
Yeah. That
can hurt and bruise a man's ego.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because you said women out here lying, fabricating that they're, when having a conversation about intimacy, make sure that you're allowing your person to finish their sentences and don't disrupt them in the middle of the conversation. Don't kind of avoid interrupting them. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're listening. So don't interrupt. Let them finish. I feel like I overtalk sometimes too because with my partner, but he'll put me in my place. That's one thing I could say I respect and love about him, because he'll be like, shh, be quiet. Let me finish. And then I'll be like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. That's one thing I could say that I could truly, truly respect and really honor about his personality, is that he will tell me, let me finish. I'll be like, okay. Because I will interrupt you, especially when I have to feel like I'm defending myself. You should never interrupt someone. Look at them, let them finish what they're saying, and don't interrupt. And don't finish their sentences. Let them finish their own sentences. Because I think sometimes we put words in people's mouths too. Mm-hmm. Got to be careful when you're having intimate conversations with somebody. Conversations about intimacy with your partner, because a lot of times we could put words in people's mouths, or they could put words in your mouth too. Always make sure that you are clarifying questions that are being asked. Like if you don't understand, make sure that you're clarifying the question so that you both understand the question and can answer it, right? You got to understand what they're saying or what they're asking. A lot of times I'm like, what did you just say? What did you just say? I always ask, what did you just say? Because I want to make sure. Sometimes I write it down because I'm like, okay, I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to come back to this conversation. I'm going to come back to this question.
And even think about it so you really...
And really think about it so that I can really respond. Because a lot of times we're just responding in the moment, and that doesn't always work.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't respond in the moment. Sometimes it's okay to say, let me come back to that. A lot of times we don't do that. Let me think about it and come back to it. Because I think that's an open and honest conversation, right? And always, like I said, paraphrasing is important. Paraphrase what your partner just said, because sometimes we say things and then by the time you know how you ever said something in somebody's ear and you've done it around the table, and by the time it comes back to you, it changes. That can happen between two people.
Yeah.
Because somebody didn't understand.
Yeah, or wasn't as present in the moment.
As couples, we have to improve the way we communicate with each other, and we need to focus on, paying attention to what the person is asking. I've learned that through my job, just because of the type of job that I have to listen, pay attention, take notes. Like, do that in your relationship. It's okay. it's okay to journal. You know what I'm saying? As a couple, I think it's a great thing to I might do this for my partner. Buy a journal, and you both can journal about certain conversations and take notes. Like, that means that you are really interested in getting to know the person that you're with, right?
100%.
I think so. I think so. So let's just always remember to be respectful, be honest, express your feelings with honesty, in order to build trust in your relationship. I think that's very important. What do you think?
No, I think so as well. Yeah, I think people just need better communication skills and to know that who you're talking to is not trying to hurt you. They're not trying to hurt your feelings. They're just trying to
right.
be
They're
satisfied.
just trying to be heard.
Yeah, heard and satisfied.
But like you said, I think tone has a lot to do with it. If you want to be heard, you have to be patient. You have to communicate effectively. That person has to be willing to listen without disrupting you. I mean, a lot of times you can't have conversations about intimacy in your relationship while you're both not in a good space.
Yeah.
Right after, sex might not be a good time.
Yeah.
Especially when you ain't able to complete the task.
One of y'all tired, one of y'all mad.
One of y'all mad, right. There's not the time to have the conversation. You might want to wait until maybe you're in the bed, maybe watching a movie, and just say, hey, can we have a conversation? Or like I said, journaling is a great way to improve conflict and to really express your feelings by writing them down and then coming back and reviewing them in the future and say, oh, I really messed up this day. Put the date, the time, when it happened, what happened,
how
you feel in that moment, and what you could have done better when you go back. You know what I'm saying? Because you always want to review what you've journaled so that you can always go back and change anything. So make sure, that you're listening to it's a powerful tool and it should be done. It's very, very important. All right. So with that being said, I just wanted to talk about intimacy and communication in relationships today. Thanks for joining us at Titi's house. Remember, you can find us on YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Why do I always try to leave that off? Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.